I didn't see that curve. I guess I was going too fast. Oh, you're all right, Pat.
Oh, Jerry. Oh, I think I'm really hurt. Oh, I'm afraid. Oh, Jerry, would you pray for me? Please, pray for me.
She's all right, mostly shock. Why don't you go home? We'll call you if anything happens.
Thank you. I'm grateful for that. But why didn't I pray for her? Why didn't I?
Would you pray for me? Would you pray for me? Would you pray for me?
Why, hello, Jerry. It's good to see you again. What are you doing here? Have you been in an accident?
Oh, hello, Mr. Johnson. Yes, I was out on a date tonight and we had a wreck. My date was hurt, but the doctor says she's going to be all right.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. That must have been the accident they were talking about over in the other wing. We have one of our Institute of Religion students here, and I've been visiting him. Is there anything I can do for you?
No, I guess everything is okay now.
Would you pray for me? Would you pray for me?
Is everything really okay?
No. No, it isn't. What's happened to me? I couldn't pray for Pat when she asked me to. Why couldn't I?
Let's go for a ride. I'll take you home. We can talk about this on the way.
You know, you wouldn't know it now, but I was active in the church when I left home. In fact, I had just finished 3 years of seminary. I could pray then. I was rebellious when I was in high school, and I guess I didn't put what I should have into seminary. I had looked forward to going away to college. For the first time in my life, I'd be on my own. I wanted to be popular and to participate in as many activities as I could. I really wanted to make a name for myself. I'll never forget that day I arrived here. I met several fellows in the dorm, and we sat around talking about the classes we were going to take. Some of the guys were upperclassmen, and they seemed to know what they were talking about. After that discussion, I thought I wouldn't have time for Institute with all the other classes they said I really needed, so I decided to wait and take Institute next semester. But the next semester was the same way, and the semester after that. I suppose you do about what you want to do, and it wasn't long before I found I was burdened down with studies and social activities. I made friends fast, and I chose those friends I thought could make me popular. They knew everybody on campus, and everybody seemed to know them. They weren't members of the church, but not very many of the students here are, as I'm sure you know. I guess that's the reason I gave you such a cold reception when you first approached me about the Institute. I was afraid it would mean giving up some of my fun. Oh, I wasn't really bad. But I couldn't have felt good about coming to Institute doing some of the things I was doing. I went to church occasionally, but soon that didn't seem too important, and I quit going altogether. Some classes I took seemed to minimize the importance of God, and the explanations appeared very logical. I guess one thing just led to another without my knowing it. Brother Johnson, last night I was desperate. I really needed the Lord, and I couldn't bring myself to pray. For the first time in my life, I felt God was a stranger to me. I need help, Brother Johnson, and I don't know where to go.
Well, I suppose we all need help once in a while. And I guess sometimes it does seem like God has forsaken us. But you know, Jerry, he really hasn't, and he never will. Let's see, this is where you live, isn't it? Jerry, I know you're pretty shaken up and you probably ought to go to bed. Why don't you come over to the Institute tomorrow and let's talk further about this?
Well, I've got classes until 3, but I could make it right after that.
Well, that's fine with me. I have a class till then anyway. I'll see you at 3.
Hi, Jerry. Hey, I heard about the accident you were in. Sure happy to hear Pat's going to be all right. How are you feeling?
Oh, hi, Mike. Well, I'm okay, physically.
Come on, everyone has a wreck sometime. Just be glad it wasn't worse. Hey, let's go to the show tonight. That'll make you feel better.
No, I don't feel much like going anywhere tonight.
Well, how about right after your last class tomorrow?
I can't. I'm going down to the hospital to see Pat, and then I'm going over to the Institute of Religion.
Well, how come you're going over there? I never knew you were religious.
I guess I haven't been. Let's go to the show some other night. I wonder if all these kids are members of the church. I didn't think there were that many members at the university. Why, there's Steve Parks. He's vice president of the student body. Gee, is he a Mormon, too? Hello, Brother Johnson. Could I come in?
Oh, hello, Jerry. Yes, come on in and sit down. I'm glad you came in. I've been thinking a lot about you since last night. The reason I asked you to come over was to get to know you better. We're having a party tomorrow night, and we'd like you to come.
Hey, Jerry, I just saw Pat walking across campus.
Yeah, they released her last night. She wasn't hurt too bad. It was just a bump on the head and shock.
Where are you off to tonight? Got a date with Pat?
No, not tonight. I'm going over to the Institute again. I've been invited to a party. It sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. Hey, if you're a good kid, maybe I'll ask them to invite you next time, huh?
Me? Ha ha! That place would fall in if I ever went over there. Come on, Jerry. Let's go over to the snack bar before our next class.
Yeah, thanks anyway. But I'm going to take Pat over to the Institute. Hey, why don't you come along?
I just remembered. I got to study for a class. Some other time, I guess.
Hi, Jerry. That was sure a lot of fun last night, wasn't it?
It sure was. Steve and Brother Johnson, I want you to meet Pat Paulson. Pat, this is Steve Parks and Brother Johnson, the director of the Institute here.
How do you do?
Jerry has told me a lot about you, Pat. We're happy to have you come over.
Steve is the vice president of the student body, Pat. As you know, I didn't realize until just recently that he was a Mormon.
He's that all right, and a good one. Why don't you show Jerry and Pat around, Steve, and explain more of the program to them? And then you could both drop into the office when you're through. I'd like to talk to you for a minute.
Oh, I'd really like to, but I've got a class coming up in a few minutes.
I'll be able to see you.
Fine.
In this classroom and others here at the Institute, we have some terrific classes that really make you think. They help you in answering a lot of the problems a college student faces. We think our teachers are the best. They're not only very sincere religious men, but they're professional college teachers and are employed by the church to bring high academic and spiritual quality into the courses taught at the Institute. A whole variety of subjects is offered, well, from the Book of Mormon to comparative American religions, and all the courses are transferable for full credit to the BYU and other church schools. They also apply toward graduation from the Institute. Well, for me, I find these classes a pleasant break in my daily college routine, and it's stimulating to study the gospel under such men as Brother Johnson. I enjoy my Institute classes more than any other class on campus. Anyone can register. he doesn't have to be a Latter-day Saint. Well, in fact, we have several non-members as regular attenders, and I understand there'll be quite a few more next semester. They're certainly welcome, and I think they enjoy the relaxed atmosphere here. The instruction program is designed to encourage appreciation for all religious values, and through this instruction, we're better able to serve the church here at school and throughout our lives.
Well, I can see where I haven't been getting a very good balance in my academic training. The classes I've been taking have been a little one-sided. What else do you do here?
The Institute sponsors a full church program for students living away from home. On our campus, we have a university ward, and most of the positions are filled by students. It's a great help to our spirituality to come here every Sunday and worship the Lord. It also gives us an opportunity to understand our fellow man better and to learn to love him as we should. I might add, too, that after a good spiritual sacrament meeting, well, it just seems easier to cope with the temptations we have to face during the week. There's another part of the Institute program that you've already participated in, Jerry. You know that party last night? Well, as you could tell, it was sponsored by the Lambda Delta Sigma. And the Lambda Delta is the fraternal and social organization for church members on campus, Pat. The Institute itself sponsors activities, and through these two organizations, we have a tremendous social life. Well, for example, 3 weeks ago, we had a hobo party, and every member of the Institute attended. You should have been there. Last week, we had a waffle breakfast, and although we all ate a lot, well, it was a good way to start out the day. During the basketball season, we have a team competing in the intramural program. We also participate in many of the other sports of this kind. And during homecoming, the Lambda Delta Sigma float was voted most beautiful in the parade. Well, so you see, people know we're around, and we have a lot of fun letting them know. Well, say, it's about time for my next class, and I've kept you long enough. Brother Johnson said he wanted to see you before you left, so, well, I'll see you later. I hope you decide to register next semester. You won't be making a mistake. See ya.
Well, thanks for showing me around, Steve. I'll see you later.
I have to go to class now, too, Jerry. You know, this has been very interesting. I'd really like to learn more about your religion. Jerry, I know this has been a little embarrassing to you because you haven't been active in your religion. But I can also see that the wreck we had has changed your life. It wouldn't surprise me to see you taking some of these classes next semester. Well, I've got to go now. Let's talk more about this later. See you, Jerry.
Did you want to see me, Brother Johnson?
Oh, yes, Jerry, come in. Has Steve explained all our program to you already?
Well, as much as he could before he had to go to class. It sounds like I've missed quite a lot in the 2 years I've been here.
There was one item I asked Steve to let me mention to you. That's personal counseling. When our LDS students leave home to come here, they're pretty much on their own. When a problem comes up, no matter what it might be, the doors are always open, and we try to encourage students to meet with us and discuss their problem. We have a fine staff of instructors who are familiar with these problems and have had many years of experience in counseling students. Jerry, we're interested in you, and we're pleased that you've been coming over here lately. I just received a letter from your parents. They asked me to look you up and encourage you to register in the Institute. Apparently, they've been concerned about the tone of your letters. Can I write to them and tell them they don't have anything to worry about from now on?
Yes, and I think I'll do the same. You know, I'm going to talk Pat into enrolling, and my roommate Mike needs this as much as I do, too. I think I'll bring them both over the next time I come.
The Institute of Religion offers to college students a program of religious education and social activity which can become one of the most enjoyable phases of their college life. During these stimulating and worthwhile college years, students are bound to develop new concepts, new patterns of thinking, and new ways of approaching old problems. Along with this, however, they sometimes find difficulty in reconciling their religious beliefs with these new ideas. Neglect of college-level religious instruction sometimes leaves the student with only a meager understanding of this vital subject and leaves him with questions and doubts too difficult to answer without help. The institutes of religion offer this instruction in an environment conducive to the best moral and spiritual life. And through the training they receive at our institutes of religion, our young men and women are becoming servants to the Lord of inestimable value and are inspiring others to great activity in the church and community.